Hi, we have some information here by a very kind person by the name of Joe, who sent me an email with an attachment which I'm going to share below this video, and I'm going to read out what it says on this attachment. It's crazy because this is all stemming from the new emergency alert system which our wonderful government has set in play for us, because they really want to help us, like they always help us. So we're going to read on to this email now. So, hi, I just noticed on my parish notice board, in brackets, a small rural hamlet. Okay, so it's not a village, it's a small place. That the local parish council are discussing whether to be involved with local town council's emergency planning community team. Emergency planning community team. Now, who has heard of this before? It's news to me, so I'm sharing this with as many people as I can. So I want you to look into it well, just like I did. And it's quite shocking to see how everything is moving forward. Excuse me. So we read on. I just looked it up and found this leaflet online, which I'm going to share with you underneath this video, okay? Not sure what it's all about, to be honest. Maybe you can make sense of it, or indeed have a second guess what emergency they are expecting. Seems to mention floods a lot and leaving home. Thank you for your video. Take care. Stay funky, Joe. So we are going to look into the attachment now, and we are going to read some excerpts which I'm going to pick from it. So if you want to read the full thing, I'm going to try and put it below this video. Now, it's in a PDF document, so I'm not sure I can share it, but I'm going to try my best, okay? If I can't share the link, I'm going to give you information where you can find and get to it so you can read it yourself, okay? And I also might try and put some screenshots on this video too, to explain what I'm talking about. So the emergency alert system is coming the 23rd of April, like we've already discussed on videos before. So, introduction, let's get ready. Some things in life we can plan, like for birthdays and weddings, but life isn't always that predictable. Wow, sounds like this is written from a prepper. We read on. Emergencies can significantly disrupt our daily lives, and whilst we can't prevent them happening, we can plan ahead to minimise their impact. This guide outlines some simple steps to help you prepare. A few minutes thinking about it could make the difference in helping you keep you and your family safe. Okay. Don't wait for the unexpected to happen. Prepare now. Really? Okay, planning for emergencies, right? This is being rolled out nationwide from what I understand. And I want to see if you have anything similar from your local council. Okay, so the best place would be is to go to your local council website and look through anything to do with emergencies, all right? Because this is all linked to this smartphone alert system, which we've talked about earlier. Right, so it's pretty crazy because they've outlined some of the things, talking about flooding, severe weather, industrial accidents. So like most of us are aware, there's been loads of possibly planned chemical upheavals in the United States of America. And recently we've had an oil disaster in Dorset as well, over here in the UK. So things seem to be changing. And the next bullet point is environmental pollution. How much of a coincidence that all this is being all planned and ready for your alerts, okay? Major transport accidents, technical failures, for example, major loss of power, which we've spoken about ages ago before winter started here in the UK, about the emergency alerts for power cuts and stuff. There's websites which were shared which you can see when there's going to be planned and prepared power cuts and stuff in your postcodal area, right? Oh, look at this. Pandemic influenza outbreak. Talk about saving the best to last. So they talk about like the steps. There's insurance advice. Step 2, find an ICE partner, ICE. Now, who has heard of an ICE partner? ICE stands for in case of an emergency. The acronyms, we are starting to turn into Americans by the amount of acronyms which are now used on a daily basis from our wonderful government. It really is. So here you go. You may have heard about this. Sorry, the writing's really small. You may not have heard this, but it's an easy way for the emergency services to quickly find the contact details of your next of kin. If you're injured or unable to tell them who to contact on your behalf, the simple ideas of storing the word ICE in your mobile phone address book before the name and number of the person you want to be contacted would be invaluable. Yep, I can see that's not a bad idea. That sounds absolutely plausible to me. But get this. Us preppers have been speaking about this for a long time. I've been talking about this since 2012, and we are in 2023 now. So yeah, 11 years, a long time. Step 3, grab bag. Yes. Talk about putting the fear of God into people. Preparing a grab bag. It is advisable to prepare in advance a grab bag you and your family can use in an emergency. The grab bag should be small enough to carry and be stored in a secure place that everyone in your family can find. It should be maintained and checked regularly. Why would they want everyone to have a grab bag? Well, to me, it's common sense. Every home should have one, but now the government are pushing this idea that everyone needs to have one. So, what do you think's coming down the road? It could be a myriad of things. We could spend years talking about what could happen. But what should be in your grab bag? Key documents such as passport, driving license, your personal emergency contacts, insurance details, and pet vaccination certificate. Wow. And first aid kit, including any medication, wet wipes or antibacterial hand gel, battery powered radio, torch, some spare batteries, wind up radio, notebook, pen and pencil, mobile phone charger, glasses, contact lenses, toiletries such as nappies and sanitary supplies, any special items for babies, children, elderly and disabled people, a spare set of keys for your home, car, office, bottled water, energy bars, coins, cash, small denominations, and credit debit cards, a change of clothes, and blankets and sensible footwear. So yes, that is going to be a sizable bag once you add into the equation of footwear. Okay. Step 4, know how to respond. Stay where you are. Go inside. Wait inside until the all clear is given by the emergency services. It's starting to sound pretty horrific. Who remembers the 4-minute warning siren test in the 80s? Yes, we had ours right outside our school. And let me tell you this, in the 80s, when all of that fear porn, excuse me, about nuclear war was absolutely rife here in the UK. And to hear those 4-minute sirens actually going off when they're being tested really brings back terrible memories. Personally, I don't think there's ever going to be a nuclear war. There's far too much to lose and nothing to gain, but it does a great thing for fear and indeed passing on these acts and bills under the Emergency Services Act, etc. Okay, so I read on as quickly as I can. Stay inside. Close and stay away from all doors and windows. Remain calm and wait for further advice. We know that you want to collect your children from school, but it might not be safe to do so. Remember, all schools have emergency plans and teachers will look after pupils in their care. Well, if you're a teacher and you know anything about this, please send me an email. I would like to discuss this further with you. Amazing information that's coming out. Tune in to your local radio station for further information and instructions, including updates on schools. If you have access to the internet, check key websites for up-to-date information. Now, I'll bet you any money they're going to mention the BBC, which is, yeah, they're absolutely full of truth, aren't they? Wow, look at this. Top tip. Teach your children how and when to call the emergency services 999. And it just goes on to say in step 5, preparing your pets for emergencies. And all the rest of it. Step 6, preparing for evacuation, evacuating your home. Wow, it just goes on and on and on. So I'm going to put the the link below the video if you want to read all of that. I could read all of it, but we're going to be here for about 45 minutes, and it's way too long for an informational update video, in my opinion. So yes, it does seem that the mainstream narrative via the government, the mainstream being their mouthpiece, of course, is seriously pushing this scheme which they're rolling out on the 23rd of April with our smartphones about the emergency alert warning system. So if any of you guys have any information which you feel can add to this story and you want me to share what you're finding, please send me an email. The address is below this video. Thank you very much indeed for spending your time. Please take care and stay funky.